Morning. Come on, everybody. It's fresh, bright and early on a Friday morning. I've got an appointment to go to today, so I won't be able to be live this evening. But the lovely Jacqui will be at 7 o'clock in the LinkedIn marketing group. Okay, so I wanted to talk briefly around content for LinkedIn. This is a biggie. It's really, really important that people understand that you don't just understand your ideal client and then add new people and then, don't send any DMs and the magic happens. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it does happen, to be fair. Sometimes you do put your headline out there and you go to connect with those ideal clients, and then they might just reach out to you and say, looks really interesting, tell me more. However, to really start to make things happen, what we need to do is put content out there. If you think about this week, all the things that I've talked about having clarity and focus, knowing your ideal client, putting it all together in your headline, then going on to LinkedIn and starting to add new people every single day. All that happens then is you grow your audience, which is great. So you grow your audience for ideal clients, but after they've come to look at your profile, they're not going to be you're not going to come into their awareness again. So like LinkedIn, like any kind of marketing and sales, is very much about being in the right place at the right time and putting out content on every day. It's just going to give you a much better chance of being in the right place at the right time. So one of the things that I get asked all the time is how many times should we post in a day? And my answer to that is as many times as you need to get what you want. So for some people who come to me and say LinkedIn's not working, I'm posting every day, I'm like, well, post 4 times a day and see what happens. I mean, you just need to trial and error these things out. But honestly, in my experience and my opinion, the more you post, the more money you make. So why won't you do that? Why won't you do that? Good morning. Calcium, yeah, this is early. Sunny just said she's live every day. There was a period where I was live every single day, I think for nearly a year, without missing a weekday. So yeah, it's back to kind of daily. I was live every day last week and I've been live every day this week. But yeah, I had to get up and do it at 8 in the morning, which isn't my normal happy time of the day, to be honest. Okay, so I want to talk about the 4 pillars of content that I talk about in the mastermind, which I don't know if you've noticed, is open for business at the moment and closes at midnight tonight. Just saying. Calcium's in there already, knows all this stuff inside out, I'm sure. So, hi, Catherine. Hi, gorgeous. That means a lot coming from you. Beautiful girl. Okay, so 4 pillars content. I've got them on a ticker because I'm dead clever now and I know how to use StreamYard. So, the 4 things I always get people to focus on is telling stories, doing video, posting social proof, and posting a call to action or a CTA post, which is basically, this is who it's for, this is what it is, this is how much it is, this is how you get it. Frictionless, yeah? No book a call, no go to my Calendly link, no this, no that, just send me a message on LinkedIn. Yeah, just DM me for info or whatever, like this is it, this is how much it is, this is what it's gonna do for you, and this is how you get it. One of the biggest missing pieces in LinkedIn marketing I see is that people don't put it out there, what they do and how much it is and how people can get it. That's it. Pretty simple, but really effective. So if you haven't done a call to action post on LinkedIn today yet, come on, now it's 8:22, or Facebook or anywhere else, just go and do it. Just be like, this is what I've got for sale. And you don't have something for sale, right? This is what you can buy from me. This is how much it is. This is what it's going to do for you. This is how I'm going to deliver it. And this is how you get it. And make some cash money on a Friday. Because what happens is when people get to know you on LinkedIn is they see you and they build up you come into their awareness through asking to connect with them, and then you build up this kind of like trust and rapport with them by being really consistent in your posting. So stories, which is the first pillar, I'm still like waking up. Stories can be a story about yourself, a story about your history, about your hopes and dreams, about what you did last week, what you're doing next week, what you're doing today. It can be what you did 50 years ago. It could be a time when nostalgia posts do really well. It could be something about your hopes and dreams for the future. It could be a story about how you feel about something that's going on in the world. Honestly, stories, we class them in the mastermind as like anything that's a longish form piece of content. You only got 1,300 characters, so you can't go wild on there. You can't go wild on LinkedIn like you can on Facebook, which drives some people absolutely crazy. But it does help you keep focused. Anything that's a long form post that tells some kind of story. So it could be a really simple story. It could be a really emotive piece. It could be a real dramatic rant about something. It could just be a really beautiful story about something that happened to you today. Like, honestly, but stories sell, and we know this, and storytelling is like, you know, the oldest marketing trick in the book in terms of getting people to know you. So even if you do something that you think is not emotional, so say you're a bookkeeper, you think, yeah, well, I just want people who need help with their books, and it's kind of like, well, actually, you need people to really trust you, because they're gonna look at your kind of like intimate finances, and you need to be, you know, you have to be quite vulnerable to let somebody in to do that. So this, you know, people do want to trust you, and the way that stories can differentiate you is that nobody's got your stories, only you have your stories. I always say, like, it's all about the stories. Like, life is just a collection of stories, and if you've got good stories to tell, you know, it feels like a life well lived. And people say, oh, I'm just not interested enough, I'm too boring. And, you know, speak to Michelle and Christine Ewan, they'll tell you there's a story inside everyone. That reminds me, actually, I need to get them to come and do a live in the mastermind about that. Oh, my goodness, those messages. Okay, stories, you know, they sell, but they're also cathartic for you, and they're also really interesting. Think about the content that you like. So when you sit there and say, oh, nobody wants to read about me, nobody's interested in my stories, like, think about the stuff you actually like to read on Facebook, LinkedIn, wherever. It's all the same, you know, in terms of engaging content. It's always the stories, isn't it? Like, when I do story time on a Wednesday, I always think no one's interested in my life story, and I do it in the challenge, but people love it. They love it. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are like, oh, bore off, I've heard it a million times, and that's fine. There's always someone somewhere who hears it and like, oh, that's really helped me, or that's really, you know, really impacted me in some way. And that's why you've got a responsibility. So when I say, like, the mission's more important than the mindset in the moment, what I mean is, you've kind of got a responsibility to keep showing up, keep telling your stories. And if you're really feeling uncomfortable, start with telling stories of other people, you know, other people's stories, people that you admire, or people that you have worked with, or, you know, there's stories in there. We just need to dig around and find them out. And I think that's one of the things we're going to focus on in the mastermind this round, is how can we help people with that content piece, maybe a bit more than we have done in the past. So I think I'm probably one of the few course owners that regularly ask, what don't you like? And we get all these comments, and I'm like, oh, but it really gives us great feedback in terms of, because the mastermind's always evolving and changing. So yeah, we take all that absolutely on board. And yeah, storytelling and content writing is something that we're going to really like beef up a bit in the mastermind and get some more people in to help and stuff like that. So if you're wondering, you know, is it just the same every time, the mastermind? Absolutely not. We're gonna change it, improve it. The content stays the same, but the experience being in the group will hopefully improve and evolve over time, definitely. Because that's my focus now, is how can I make my groups the best groups, rather than, you know, how can I get more people into them? Because, you know, that side of the business is kind of pretty kind of well-oiled machine now. Second pillar of content, video. I keep seeing people saying you don't need to do video, and I agree, you do not need to do video. However, if you're coming to me saying, Helen, help me, I need some more money, video is just the easiest way to get people to know you and trust you and buy from you that I've ever seen. You know, video marketing, there's a reason why I do these things live. There's a reason why I do Facebook Live all the time. There's a reason why I put video on LinkedIn, and you know, we're really focusing on YouTube, because this is how you know whether you like me or not. You know, and it works both ways. Lots of people will watch 30 seconds of a video of me and be like, no way, I can't deal with that woman, don't like that woman, don't want to work with that woman, and that's fine. And you know, it's like, think about job interviews or dating, you know, within 30 seconds, really, because you've got the energy of somebody. It's the next best thing, being in the room with them. So when you've got that energy of being with somebody and seeing their mannerisms, the way they speak, you know, the way they express themselves, and I just think it's gold. And also, the good thing about video is a lot of people are frightened of it, or don't want to do it, or won't do it, or don't think they should do it. Which gives a massive opportunity for the rest of us who are just going to get over ourselves and get on with it, do it. My first ever video was on Periscope, and I did a video about how it's important to get your nails done because you look at them all day, every day when you type it or work it. And it was just awful. I don't know where it is, or whether it's even possible to unearth it, but I remember I was shaking. I didn't know how to sit. I didn't know how to use my phone. I was just like, So terrified, absolutely terrified, and awful. It would have been absolutely awful content. But now people seem to think I'm all right. And the reason why I'm all right is because I'm so relaxed. The reason why I'm so relaxed is this is just a natural state of being for me. Like being live on camera to people is normal. It's normal now to me, which allows me to relax and enjoy myself, which I think makes my video content better. Not necessarily great, because I don't spend any time trying to get better at video. I just spend all my time doing video. I think video is the one thing you can't get good at without just getting on with it and doing it. So video is definitely something that people shy away from. But you want more money, I suggest you embrace it, or at least give it a go. For definite. Okay, number 3. Social proof. Massive, huge. If you follow me for any time, you'll see I've got thousands, I think must have 1,000+ testimonials now. I've got LinkedIn testimonials, I've got Facebook comments, I've got inboxes, I've got emails. I mean, I've got loads of complaints as well. Don't get me wrong. I should do that, shouldn't I? I should do like the opposite of social proof. Like, these are people that hate me. But I've got loads of that as well. But we did say that with Megan, who just helped us. We should do a post about some of the complaints we get. Some of the complaints I get about me. I say, I don't know what you want me to do. It's me. I don't know. I can't really tell myself off, or I don't know, change myself. But anyway, but yeah, social proof. I mean, we've got it coming out of our ears at Helen Pritchard HQ, and you know why? Not because we're particularly amazing or incredible, because we capture it, and we capture it religiously. It's Kaylee's job to make sure we capture it and we put it in one place. I used to do it all myself, screenshot everything. And not only do we capture it, is we use it, and we use it again and again and again with wild abandon. Because I know, and I'm telling you now, social proof is the one thing that helps people get off the fence and make a decision. And you'll see that if you follow me, when we're coming up to a launch, you'll see a lot more social proof going out on like Thursday, Friday, because we know that's when people are making a decision. And social proof, so humans are like emotional creatures, tend to make emotional decisions, and they want it. So people buy from me because they want it, like emotionally they're connected with it. But then they look, or they want to buy from me, but then they look for proof. They want practical evidence to back up their emotions-based buying decision, which is perfect because I've got tons of it. But you want to see someone else just like you who's took the decision you were about to take and got the results that you want. That's basically social proof. And the only way to make sure your social proof resonates with the right person is have tons of it. So you're much more likely when you put it out there, you're going to get that resonance. So again, capture it, post it, luxuriate in it, enjoy it. One of the things I talk about is with dealing with haters is keep your social proof in one place and look at it. Put it on a file on your phone and have a look at it and remind yourself, when you're feeling like you're getting a lot of negative feedback, or you're feeling you've got self-doubt, or you come up against some idiot online, like, go back to that, because that should feed your soul and remind you of that mission again, because they're the people who really need you, and the people who really love you, the people that you change in their lives. And the more evidence you've got, the more confidence you get, and confidence does come from evidence. And it's such a beautiful thing to have. It's so important in terms of, from a business point of view, marketing point of view, sales point of view, and a mindset point of view. Social proof, I love it. It's my favorite. Okay, so final one is the call to action post, and that's what I was talking about earlier. So call to action post, super short. No one's going to engage in it. No one will. So no one engage with any of this stuff, really. Maybe stories. But people aren't going to go, oh, wow, what a great testimonial. They just don't say that. Like, LinkedIn's not about getting feedback from the audience particularly. LinkedIn's about showing people who you are and what you can do, and then letting people message you when they want to buy. Honestly, it's not about engagement. Someone said to me, I went on your profile and you don't get that much engagement. And I'm like, you want to look at my inbox. That's where the money is. The money's not in the engagement. I used to get tons of engagement. Tons, hundreds of thousands of views. But you know what? I was posting stuff that I knew would get a reaction. It was kind of like, I didn't think it was controversial, but if I say, I think people that, write personalized collection requests need to spend more time. I think the most controversial thing that I posted was, and it angered so many people, was, I don't know why I do it. It was something like, if you respond to every single comment you get, if you write a post and it's really popular and you respond to every single comment that you get, I don't think, wow, look at this guy, he's so engaging and cares about his audience. I think, wow, look at this guy, he's got nothing else to do. And I just thought, don't lose your shit in the comments, and it went off. I was like practically getting death threats, I was just like, there's like memes about me, and it's like people just went mad. Hundreds of thousands of views, loads of spin-off posts. I've seen a well-known LinkedIn person and said this, and a well-known LinkedIn, loads of drama, loads of engagement, loads of sales. Not really, just loads of drama. And what drama does? Sucks the life out of you. So instead, I put out content that's designed to get people to know me, like me, trust me, buy from me instead. It doesn't get a lot of engagement, don't get a lot of drama either. I don't want the drama anymore, I'm past that. But it is a really good way to get known. There's a reason why a lot of people know who I am and what I do, is because I have been involved in a lot of those, on that, a lot of that drama, but it's not something I would recommend, to be honest. But a call to action post is about getting people to buy, and those leads in the inbox, and that's what it's about, because that's where the money is on LinkedIn. It's in your inbox, not in your metrics, definitely. There you go, there's a quote for you. If anyone's here watching, the money isn't in the metrics, it's in your inbox. I'm going to post that on social media shortly. That's how I think of my content. It comes out of my mouth, and I'm like, oh, that's quite good. I'm going to keep that one. I'm going to write it down. Right, okay, call to action. Really good example is, I'm going to go through that. Really good example is my LinkedIn Mastermind closes on Friday, midnight. In fact, it closes tonight at midnight. If you want to get in this final round for 2020 and make this quarter your best quarter, here's the link. There you go. Super clear, super short. No one's going to engage on it. That's not the point. The point is people are going to click on it and go buy from me. We're about, and the call to actions, particularly as you get close to a deadline. So for us, we finish at midnight tonight. As we get close to that deadline, if you're hooked up to my stuff, you'll be like, wow, Helen has got, no shame, and I have no shame about messaging you, emailing, not messaging you directly, obviously, but emailing you. You'll be in the bot. If you're in the bot, you'll get emails, get in the bot, you'll see posts from us as everything builds up to a crescendo at midnight tonight. And the reason why, and it'll become buy now, buy now, buy now, buy now, buy, and then goodbye. The reason why is because we know it works. We know it works. Does it piss some people off? Yeah. Does it make hundreds of people buy the mastermind? Yeah. So it's just, the thing is, I have long since stopped worrying about what people do say and think about me who don't buy from me, and I'm very focused on thinking, worrying about what people do say and think about me who do buy from me, in the whole process, not just in the buying process, but in the in the after sales process. After the dopamine hit's gone and they're in the programs, like what happens next and how do they feel. So, but yeah, we've got no qualms about sending you multiple emails, bot messages, Facebook posts, Instagram stories, LinkedIn posts, because we know it works. I think we're about 30 off target, and we'll probably get those in the last half an hour tonight. I mean, I've seen it a million times now. It feels like a million times. But the reason why people buy from us is because we give them plenty of opportunities to buy. We spend all our time building up visibility and value and helping people and making people feel good. That's kind of what we do. And then it builds up to a crescendo once a quarter where we ask people to buy from us. And when we ask people to buy, we ask them to buy. And we don't stop until they buy. We've got to buy or die. Like, it's kind of like, it's intense, but, it works from our point of view. Okay, so they're the 4 pillars of content. I'm going to have to go in a sec. So there are stories, videos, social proof, call to action. You need to have that rhythm. So if you do 1 a day, do it in that rhythm. If you do 4 a day, do it in that rhythm. If you do 40 a day, do it in that rhythm. Shabana, I've got a video testimony from a client. Really good to post it on LinkedIn. Absolutely. Post it on LinkedIn over and over and over again, and put it into your profile as a featured bit of content. Put it there. And put it on Facebook, and put it on YouTube, and put it on your website, and send it out in emails. Yeah. Squeeze every last drop out of your social proof. It's gold, and it will help you sell, definitely. Right, fantastic. This is the earliest I've been live, I think, ever. This is the last chance. That's it. Can't even click on that link. Don't even know why it's there, really. But anyway, it looks good swinging past. But yeah, get loose on linkedin.com/mastermind -registration -fire -chance. It's catchy, right? But yeah, it is your last chance to buy this year. It's going to be mega, or for this round, for this year. We are making the mastermind even more sparkling and fantastic than it was already. We are looking for ways to, get people to implement like mofos, because that's the important thing. So yeah, see you there. I'm off grid for the rest of the day, but I will be back on Monday to talk about what's coming up next. Give you all a bit of a break. Right, thanks guys. I'll have a lovely day.